Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday Night Zoom, and all the news is bad. Nearly every news article I read about crypto is bad. So that's frustrating. But yet Bitcoin, in spite of all that, and Bitcoin did dump or drop below 18.4 briefly in the wee hours of the morning, but it closed at around 19.5 today. So it has resisted at least all the bad news, mostly bad financial data, the SEC running amok, things like that. I mean, nothing that we don't know or that we didn't really anticipate, but still it's kind of frustrating to see all the bad news emphasized and the good news, if there is any, just sort of set to the side. But there are a few interesting things to talk about and some projects that are doing pretty well, but we'll start with Bitcoin. Check out that chart. Okay, should be on my Bitcoin day chart. Can I get a confirmation?
Yes, yeah, we're there.
Thank you, sir. All right, as you can see, the day candle did wick all the way down to below, right around just below 18.3, and then bounced back up, then hit 19 a few hours ago, and closed at around 19.550, I believe. And we just UTC time just turned, so we have a new candle forming, and it's green. So it's nice to see this green candle despite all the bad news. And what I mean by the bad news, if you look at the TradingView news section, it's SEC, Bitcoin going down to 14, liquidations on Bitcoin and Ethereum futures, crypto and financial crime, price headed down to 12K. It's like every article I looked at was bad. So anyway, but hey, everyone on this call has diamond hands, right? We're holding fast. They're not going to shake us out. So anyway, Bitcoin struggling to get back to 20K. Hopefully we'll see that later on today or tomorrow. We do have, Fed mischief going on Wednesday. I think the market is priced in a 75 point basis point rise in interest rates by the Fed. If it goes to 100, that would be bad for the markets. So we'll keep an eye on that. So that's the Bitcoin chart. Ethereum does look like it was buy the rumor, sell the news. Everyone dumped after the merge, and we dropped from nearly 1800 down into the below 1300, and did bounce back up to 1380 where we are now. So, and we're below the midpoint of this range on both Ethereum and Bitcoin. So if you are a longer term swing trader or hodler, this might be a decent entry point. It's not what I do that much, so there's probably other people better qualified than I to give such advice, but not that this is financial advice. Never, never, never. But again, towards the bottom of the range on both of these. And let's check out the fear and greed index. We're fearful at 27. So this is usually the good time to buy when everyone else is fearful. All right, so any questions on Bitcoin and Ethereum or the market overall? Anyone else have another take on it? Very well. Let's get started. Let's see if we can find some day trades. I mean, what do we do now? With all this bad news and the Bitcoin and Ethereum drops, well, these can be good entry points for dip trades. Let's see if we can find some. Okay, I'm on Altcoin Alert. Got the altcoin radar up. Easy mode is off. Got all the information. AA score is showing over 200 with bullish AA scores, which means that Altcoin Alert is telling us that, let's say this one, THETA here, has a 78.5% chance to increase 3% or more in the next 48 to 72 hours. So that's something worth checking out. THETA is a coin I trade a lot. I also like Chili's. Let's start with Chili's. That one's up nearly 10% in the last 24 hours. I was looking at this one earlier, and well, let's see, let's start with the hour chart. So Chili's resisted a lot of the Bitcoin dumpage that occurred earlier in September and in August, but eventually it got weary, dropped below 20 cents to this 18-cent area here a couple days ago. But since the 14th, it is up over 40%. And Chili's, I don't know a lot about it, but I know it has something to do with gaming and sports. So maybe sports gaming. So there's a use case for this token. This one might be, do some research on it, but it might be in the category of something you want to buy and maybe keep if it goes against you. So this is one I'm going to I already set an alert on this, and I'm going to be trading this with some frequency. You'll notice a white line on my chart. I added a 20-day EMA, and I like to use this for trend trading. See, I'm on the 1 hour chart now, getting a little ahead of myself. So anyway, we can see the nice move it's had in the last few days on the 5-minute. You know, it's yeah, it's way above the 20-day EMA. That generally indicates a positive trend, and most of the coins that we're going to look at are probably going to be below this. And a lot of people like to use EMAs to determine the trend direction. The 200 is the 200-day EMA or the 200-period EMA are pretty common. And an EMA stands for exponential moving average. So, but as a day trader, I went with a shorter time frame, 20 days. And if it's above the 20-day EMA, that's generally an uptrend. Below is a downtrend. So if I have my EMA and I go with my chandelier exit trend-based trend finder, you see that these buys have done really well. And if you just ignore the sells and just take the buys on this one didn't do much, but then it did really well. You know, 10% move in 8 hours. Love that. It retraces a bit, get in again. Kind of goes sideways, and then probably still be in that trade with 2%. So yeah, something to consider if you want to trend trade. Now, if you're doing more the buy the dip kind of trades, I'm not sure if I would really rely on the EMA that much, because we're only trying to get 1 to 2% moves off retraces. Let me go over to should have done all this on the 15-minute chart. Actually, let me finish the 5-minute chart first. So at the moment, kind of squeezy here on the, well, it looks better than I thought. On the 5-minute chart, we've got almost 4% between the Bollinger Bands. That's pretty good. But you know, visually, it looks looks really squeezy. So I'd probably want to use if I was going to use a price alert to get a better entry. I see some support here on the 5-minute chart, about 24.3 cents. So that would be one entry point, or one place to set an alert to reevaluate. And then there's some, yeah, we should just mostly just kind of stair stepping up here. So there's like several areas of support. I'd probably go with this one here for my next entry. Yeah. And then maybe 20, or maybe even down to the 20-day moving average. So those are potential price alerts on the 5-minute chart. But as you know, I prefer indicator alerts on the 15-minute chart. And we looked at the chandelier exit briefly. These would have been good trades on the 15-minute chart on the buy. And again, we're above the 20-day, so that's confirmation to some degree. Okay, if we turn that off, we want to consider divergence instead. If you're following the EMA, you just might want to go with positive divergence. I think that's the safest for this particular coin because it's been trending up so much. It may be due for a correction, who knows, but yeah, I've got an alert set already on divergence. Yeah, this is how you do it. Positive divergence, 1 bar close, and AA score purchase. I'm tired of looking up the individual AA scores. It's really not necessary anyway. I just want to track where I got my information. And so that's how I would do that. Okay, let's say divergence, you don't want to deal with that. You like the other indicators, the MFI and the RSI. Those are pretty basic and simple. MACD, RSI, MACD, just about everybody uses in some way. So you can set alerts on those instead. I like to catch them when they drop down on the MFI below 20 and start to come back up. Got that here. That would have been a good trade, 8%. Looks like it didn't quite make it on the RSI. So there's another one here. Yeah, it just dipped below the 20. So that would have been a really good entry. And a lot of times if you go over to the 5-minute chart, you'll be in a dip sequence. That's why I like to put these alerts on the 15. And you'll be towards the end of the dip sequence. So that entry would have been here on that MFI alert, and goes up 10%. So good stuff there. No guarantees, of course, but these are some of my favorite alerts. The RSI wasn't quite as sensitive, so I probably wouldn't use that one in this situation, but yeah, the MFI and the divergence both look pretty good, and the chandelier exit as well on the bullish side. So
Hey, CJ,
yeah,
what have you got the MFI and RSI set at?
I think I have them on the default. Yeah, 14 length on the MFI. Yeah, 14 length on the RSI. And the time frame's the chart. So whatever chart I'm on, if I'm on a 5 or a 15 or an hour, it'll make that adjustment.
Thanks.
My chandelier exit might be different though. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I should have emphasized this before. I've really, the default on this is I think 14 like the others, or maybe it's 9, I don't remember, but I reduced it down to 3, and the multiplier went from 3 to 2.5. So yeah, you guys, I mean, you might want to tinker with this if you're going to use this indicator for trend-based trading in this ATR period. Yeah, let's yeah, you see it looks quite a bit different. The default's 22. If I go back, yeah, there's yeah, it looks quite a bit different. So I just find to get more entries this way and better ones. Okay, so that was a lot to dump on you guys. So any questions on that, on Chili's? That's a good question, Nathan. Thanks for asking. Okay. And then the other one we had on Altcoin Alert that interested me was THETA. Yeah, 78.5, almost an 80. And I've got this chart up now. Let's take a quick look at the hour. This one's been trending down pretty hard. It really took a dump when Bitcoin dropped. And it dropped hard again with Bitcoin. So it's down, almost 13% last week. So AA thinks it's due for a comeback on the 5-minute. Yeah, it's really squeezy. 1% between the Bollinger Bands. I don't like that entry. So for our price alert, might want to do, there's some support here at around 103. And say between 102 and 103. And again, down here, right at about $1, $1.01. So those could be pretty good entries on a price alert. On the 15-minute chart, let's look at Chandelier first. The buys have not done that well. If you trade leverage, this might be one to short. You see big moves here, caught that Bitcoin drop. Down 7% on the buy side. $2.7, not bad. Probably still be in this one. In this one, you would have had to ladder buy or take a loss on a stop loss. So not sure if I'm liking the Chandelier exit for this coin based on this recent information. Going the dip trade route on divergence. Yeah, all these divergences were not good. Were not helpful until the end. And this last one, over 4%. So that's a good one, but most likely you would have been in sooner than that. Would have had to ladder buy, maybe probably still be in that trade based on divergence. The MFI alert. Yeah, these aren't doing that well either. This one here got caught in this dump. So you'd still be in that trade. Probably getting back in. So you got in here. Maybe a ladder buy in this vicinity. And maybe get out here. I'm not sure if that would have been in profit or not. It would have been pretty close. Probably still be in that trade. Yeah, the RSI is kind of mimicking. It did give us an entry here that the MFI did not. So the RSI might be a better option for an indicator alert like this. This entry here would have been good. Yeah, with this entry here would not. Well, actually, you would have gotten in right about here. That's not bad. Small win, drop. Yeah. Might want to go with the RSI alert on that. Quick review, right click. Add alert. Crossing up. 30 is the oversold area for the RSI. Once per bar close, that's important. And a score. That's how you do that one. I'll go ahead and leave that one there. Okay, any questions on THETA? All right, let's do a different sort on AA. 1 hour projected range, maybe. This is intriguing. That's showing a pretty low risk trade for BNT. Upper value 4%, lower value just 0.15 loss, 1.95 average, pretty good AA score. The elder impulses aren't in our favor. That doesn't surprise me. Sentiment is. Let's check out BNT. I had that in my list. Traded that before. All right. Let's look at the hour chart. Had a huge pump and a huge dump on the 14th. Since then, let's kind of ignore that. It's down about 12%. Little recovery today. On the 5-minute. Bad volume. I don't usually see this on Binance. A bunch of horizontal lines. Yeah, I wouldn't trade this with volume this low. So never mind. I'm gonna bail on that one. Let's see. Axie. Well, at this point, we only got about a 1% move here, and these numbers aren't looking that good. So I'm gonna bail on the 1-hour projected range sort. This is better in a bull market, and we're not in that now. So let's look at, let's see, the Elder Impulse has 17 on the daily. Let's see if we can find something worth looking at. XRP, there we go. Bullish on the Elder Impulse, bullish on the long-term sentiment. There has been some, I thought I saw a Twitter post or something that it was, maybe it was on the CryptNation Slack group, that it was pulling away from the market, trying to do its own thing. Maybe kind of similar to what we were looking at with Chili's a little while ago. Let's check it out. All right. Did have a nice move today. Interesting. Interesting. So on the 16th, we had a move up 20%, gave most of it back. Strong recovery last couple days. Does seem to look different than the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts we've looked at today. And since this morning, up almost 10%. Dropped a little bit this afternoon. Okay, so might want to go with the 20-day moving average for my price alert, and you can set an alert on this, I believe. Add an alert on the EMA. Crossing up or crossing down on it. Probably crossing up. I mean, then you may need to set a specific value. Yeah, like 0.35. And see, I think that was the Elder Impulse sort. Yeah. If you want to go that route on the 5-minute chart, I prefer, as you know, the 15-minute for indicators. Let's look at the, since we're above the 20-day, let's check out the chandelier exit, see if what it's giving us. Got a nice signal last night. Yeah, that's a really good move. And this one here, you know, 3% to the Bollinger Band, top of the Bollinger Band. So the last 3 chandelier exit signals have been profitable, you know, over the AA goal of 3%. So I think I'd go ahead and set that alert. Alert on CE. CE buy. You can just do direction change if you want to trade each direction. Or sell if you want to short it, but I think I like to buy in this situation. Once per bar close. And that's our Elder Impulse. And there you go. think I'll leave that one. Okay, if you want to do more of a dip trade approach, let's look at divergence. Yeah, and that bullish divergence did really well. The bearish ones have not. Want to go with our indicator, MFI, RSI. It's like both of them giving the same signals. This one a little sooner on the MFI. Drop below the 20, come back up. That crosses on a red candle, which just keeps going down. I want to wait for the second one. Get in on this candle. It's a 4.5% move in 2 hours. We like that. If you hang on longer, yeah, double digits. So quick review on the MFI. Don't think we did one of these yet. Maybe we did. I don't remember. Crossing up. The 20 value is the oversold area. Once per bar close. And elder impulse. And there we go. Okay, any questions on XRP? Well, we're at about a half an hour, so I'll go ahead and wrap up the Altcoin Alert section here. Anybody have any questions about what we've gone over with Altcoin Alert, the coins it's found for us, and how to use that tool? Very well, let's go over to iCoinPro. And I was looking earlier, the RSI SPY didn't have anything for us. Yeah, I was sorting on the 1 hour RSI. I'm looking for values below 30 on Tether pairs, USDT. Unfortunately, doesn't have an option to exclude Bitcoin pairs. I don't like trading Bitcoin pairs. This wasn't here before. Ravencoin is at 36% or 36 on the 1 hour, so it might drop below 30 and come back. That one's been kind of crazy lately. Let's check it out. Got the drop-down menu here. Click on Trading View. It'll give me a Trading View chart with the most recent layout that I have. And now it's freezing. Okay. So on the 1 hour, Ravencoin had a big move. I traded it a couple times. So from September 8th to the 14th, it doubled, and then it gave it all back. Most of it. Not sure what caused this. The 5 minute, we're below the 20-day EMA, so keep that in mind. And it's dipping now. It's now in a dip sequence. So this one could be something to do a 1, 2, 3 dip trade on in the next, say 10 to 15, 20 minutes. We go to our, well, you could maybe set an alert right about here, 3.92 cents. If you don't want to sit here and stare at your chart. In the alternate, you can go to your 15-minute and see these are about to dip below the oversold areas, both the MFI and the RSI. Looks like the RSI has been a little more sensitive. Well, it caught this move here where the MFI did not. Otherwise, they're pretty much copying each other. So I think I'd go with the RSI in this situation. Add an alert. Crossing up on the 30. once per bar close. That's RSI SPY long. Okay. Yeah. If you'd rather go the trend route or use divergence, let's look at divergence first. Yeah, these didn't do that well. This one did pretty well. Let's look at the chandelier. It's mostly sideways chop. So I don't think it was very useful on this setup. But we are close to a dip sequence here, so you might want to keep an eye on this one if you want to trade it. Any questions on Ravencoin? Okay. Yeah, most of these are getting up towards 40 and 50 on these values. You can also reverse sort it. I'm looking for something to short. Algo is above 70 at the moment. That's overbought. Let's check it out. I know some of you guys like to trade. Yeah, Algo is just pumped like crazy. So of course, trying to short something like this is a little dangerous. I've been burned more than once trying to short something that's pumping. So keep that in mind. What's it been doing lately? Interesting. So on the 12th, it's up here 33 cents, dropped about 12%. Wow, it's been really volatile. And pumping pretty hard at the moment. Let's go totally the opposite of Ravencoin. Interesting. Is Bitcoin dipping or pumping? Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Not really, it's just going sideways. So
Is there any
somewhat
news on that, CJ?
on Algo. Yeah, it's just about to look. Now, last news is from July, at least through TradingView. So somebody wants to do a Google search and see if there's something like a partnership or something like that with Algo. That would be good to know. Okay, so on a price alert, might want to go with the 20-day moving average or this area here right around 30, 31 cents. Looks like there's some support there. If you're trying to catch a dip. 15-minute chart. Actually, I forgot we're trying to short this. Well, if you want to long it, you like this move, then let's do both. Okay, on a long, the chandelier exit gave us a really nice signal here this afternoon and caught that 5% move. In 6 hours, we like that. Most of these chandelier exit signals in the last 24 hours have been good. And at the moment it's above the 20, so that would align with that. If you incorporate that into your trading, that would align with that strategy. If you'd rather catch a dip, let's see, divergence. Not bad. Up 2% here. Down 4.5%, then up to 6% here. That's a really good move. So yeah, those divergences did pretty well. The MFI actually did better, as did the RSI. Gave us entries right at the bottom of this dip that we had yesterday afternoon. And yeah, that's really good, nearly 10%. So given the options, I think I'd go with either the MFI or the RSI indicator alerts. Okay. We're up at about 40 minutes. Let's do one more on iCoinPro. We will go over to the Buddy coin crawler. I was on this morning. And this is telling us what coins have room to move. So we looked at Raven coin. The average low to the SMA is the 24-hour low to the SMA line, that pink line between the Bollinger Bands. And then we have the current low to the SMA. It's a fairly new feature. And one more thing about iCoinPro. If in the past you have purchased that program and then didn't finish the training, and then maybe canceled it because you just didn't have time, there's a lot of training involved in that program. You can now re-access the training portion of the program for no additional charge. So if you have any questions about that, email me and I'll get you over to the video that makes that announcement. So it won't give you these tools, for free, but it will allow you to finish your training if you didn't, or if you just want to review. So if you have traded or if you have paid for iCoinPro in some capacity, they will let you, finish your training or re-access the training for free. All right, back to the Buddy coin crawler. I usually sort by the low to the SMA first, looking for values like 4 or 5% and higher. A few of these. Gala, so that's intriguing. And then I'll keep that in mind. I'll go over to the current one. Looking for 2 or 3% on these. Raven coin, Luna, I don't really trust. Ape coin, I was looking at earlier, had quite a bit higher numbers. KNC, I've traded today. Let's look at KNC. Come on, let's go. Clear off some of these drawings. All right, so on the hour, KNC got hammered by this big drop we had in Bitcoin. It's just gone sideways ever since. Current chart. Again, mostly sideways chop. Well, it looks squeezy, but there's almost 4% between the top and the bottom of the Bollinger Band there. A good entry might be here around $1.32. One thing I don't like about the EMA is it messes up how your chart looks. Turn that off for a moment. Yeah. So yeah, 132 would be the entry. Maybe this area here at 135, that's pretty good too, but we're pretty close to that now. On the 15-minute indicators, let's put the EMA back on. Let's look at Chandelier. Yeah, it's not giving us really much of anything. It really hasn't done anything since this drop. So that's not encouraging. Let's look at divergence. Yeah, same situation. You could maybe short this. That's a decent trade. Even though it looks super squeezy, it's a 7% move. On the short side, this one's about the same. Let's see, I did catch a short in this one today. Yeah, I think I caught some of this. So yeah, I think that's what I would do is it's below the The 20-day moving average hasn't done much, just gone sideways. Probably more inclined to short this or buy it on a long a bit lower, like that 130, 132 area I just showed you. So, all right, any questions on KNC or iCoinPro? All right, very well. I will wrap this up here. If you're watching on the recording, thank you for that. Please check out the opportunities in the comments. They help support the channel. If you're here for Carbon, please stick around. I'll start that Zoom in a minute or two. If you're not in Carbon and want to hang around, be a fly on the wall, you're welcome to do that as well. For now, I will say goodbye to my Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro folks, and we'll start Carbon in a couple minutes.